What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? How is everybody doing? I hope that you all are doing well. Listen, I'm live in the studio today. I'm live on my social media platforms. Welcome to Speak Out Loud radio show on Fire 716 Radio. Again, Fire 716 Radio. I'm excited to be with you. I hope that you're excited to be with not just me, but to be alive and to do what needs to be done, because today is a wonderful day. So if you don't know who I am, my name is David M. Pinkston, but I go by the name of DMP Speaks. I am a family restoration specialist. I am a board certified Christian counselor, and I'm also a life coach. And I do these shows every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I give various topics. I'm going to have some guests that's going to be coming on throughout the show. You're going to see some infomercials that we have when it comes to my particular business. I want to help you be the best version that you can be so that your family will be able to live off of what you have done. And that's what it's all about, being able to be the strongest person that you can be so that your family can be even better. So today, let's get into the topic today. Slow it down just a little bit. The topic today is rewrite your story. I need you guys to do me a favor on all my social media platforms. I need you to share this on your page. I need you to tag someone, but I need you to do a big favor for me. I need you to go to your app store or Android, and I need you to download the Fire 716 app. You're missing out on some great music. You're missing out on some great content with my other brothers and sisters that's on this wonderful this radio platform. You don't want to miss this. So again, download the Fire 716 app on App Store and Android. Listen, we are all over, and we take it over, as they say, for the 99, the 2000. We actually in 2023, where I think you kind of get what I'm saying. But anyways, let's get into this topic. Rewrite your story. Now, your story is unique, right? But there are some chapters in your story, which is your life, that have not either been written, or they've been written a certain way, or there are some chapters that have not been finished yet. There are some chapters in your life that has been written because of what you have been through. Some of you have started off rough and things have gotten better, right? But there are certain people that started out great, but things changed for the worst, right? And you were able to level off your life. And means level off, you were able to get back to where you needed to be, or you got better, right? Or you're still trying to figure out where you are, how to do it as well. Whatever your story is, it has changed, either for the better or for the worse. And you're trying to figure out, where do I go from here? How can I grow from here? Life can be very confusing. Let's just keep it real. Let's keep it a buck, as my niece says to me all the time. Life can be confusing and it can be difficult. But what to do this year? What are you supposed to do? Where are you supposed to go? Right? Who are you supposed to be around? It's going to determine how your year goes, not only as it starts, because we're still in the beginning of this year, but this month about to be out, right? It's going quick, y'all. But it's how we start this year is how we're going to finish this year. Okay. Some might say that their lives are, and I've heard this before, and you probably heard this before, that their lives are like a book. Some people say that their lives are like an open book. But a lot of you, right, you have questions. You have questions in your book because the way that you started wasn't your fault. Maybe things in your family line that were generational. And we're going to talk about that. And I'm going to be talking about on February the 4th. I'm going to be talking about how to get rid of, or how we're going to destroy family generational curses. You do not want to miss that particular show, because I'm thinking about bringing somebody in, an expert in, because this is a topic that we all go through, right? Doesn't matter what color, but I believe in the Black community, we have a lot of generational curses that need to be broken. And we just can't break them when we're on Sunday morning. We have to be able to break them continuously throughout our week and throughout our days. But let's get back to this particular topic. Some might say that you're open book, right? And your life is open book, like I stated, but you haven't got the answer that you were looking for. And unfortunately, some people that were supposed to give you those particular answers to some of those questions either don't know it, haven't told you, or unfortunately, they're no longer here on this earth. So some of you have been walking around and trying to live the best life that you can live. And this all goes back to rewriting your story, but you don't have some answers. There are some things that did happen to you that you don't know how and where to go, because, or get the answer, or go to who to get the answer that you need. But I'm going to say this to you very clearly, with clarity. You can change that. And one of the ways that you can change this is that you need to rewrite your story. Your story has been told to you in a certain way, or you have lived out your life in a certain way, right? And you felt like, where is this piece supposed to go? Where is that piece supposed to go? And you're trying to figure this out. And even if you don't figure it out, you still cannot put your life on hold. Let me say that again. Even if you don't have all the pieces in your life at this moment in time, you still have to keep going with your life. You still have to keep your life going. You still have to take steps toward your future. And the reason why I'm staying here for a moment, a lot of you in your life are stuck. I'm taking my time today. We're going to get to where we need to be. Some of you have been stuck. You have been feeling lonely. You've been depressed. You've had a lot of anxiety, things that have happened to you, right? They traumatized you, and you seem like you get re-traumatized because of certain things that have not been answered. But I'm going to say this to you, you got to give yourself a chance. And even if you have given yourself a chance, you got to give yourself another chance. See, my brother, my sister, you got to give your chance. You got to give your story. You got to give your life a rewrite. Just like when an author, if they don't like a particular thing in their book, and there's something that's just not what they want to write, guess what they do? They take that pen and they rewrite it. Now, let's be honest. Let's keep it real. We're being real, right? We're being transparent. Some of the things that we have in our life have been through, we can't change that, right? That's just something that happens. We can't get to the 90s and the 80s. We can't go back to the 2000s, right? But because even though we can't go back to those times, that doesn't mean that we put our life on hold any longer. We have to rewrite those chapters in our life, even if we don't have the answer right now, or if we don't get the answer. We still have to build a great life for ourselves. And especially if you are somebody's spouse, especially if you're a parent, you owe it to your children for something that you didn't get. Oh my God. For something that you didn't get, you got to give that to them. You owe them that. And I'm saying this is not even in my notes. Give your all to your children as much as you can. And I'm not just talking about in finances. I'm talking about in love. I'm talking about in appreciation. I'm talking about in private time and intimate time, spending time, getting to know your family, getting to know your spouse, but also getting to know yourself. This is how you start to rewrite your story, because maybe mom and dad were not there. And I have a lot of friends their mother wasn't there. God forbid they got killed, or they were on drugs, and I'm hitting some spots because I'm here to not just talk and then leave. I'm here to come and to help, because there's a lot of people that are broken, that need to be healed. And how you heal your wounds, right? You rewrite your story, because you are the penman, right, of your story. Nobody knows your story better than you. Some of the greatest people that you love, like Oprah and Barack Obama and different ones, they struggle. They didn't have a lot. Maybe you didn't have a lot growing up, but you can rewrite your story. And they rewrote their story. They went back to the pen and say, even though I was poor, even though I didn't have mom, or I didn't have dad, and I didn't have this and I didn't have that, they rewrote their story. You got to rewrite your story. Let that sink in for a moment. I really want you to get this today. You got to rewrite your story. See, when you do this, you're telling yourself, it doesn't matter what I've been through, what situation, what pain, and it hurts. Pain hurts. But even though you have endured pain and you're still dealing with pain, and you had to endure it, and you had to suffer, and your family suffered, and nobody really knows what you went through, believe me, you can do this. It's time to start writing your future. That's a part of rewriting your story. You're writing your future. Do you know there are people that if you just really ask some people, and you look at them, you look at how they dress and how happy they are and how successful they are, they will give you a whole story, a whole line of things that they had to endure, the no's that they got. I mean, the N-O's. No, you can't do this. No, you can't do that. No, you can't move here. No, you can't move there. You can't do that. Nobody's in our family been able to do that. And they took those words and they rewrote their story. They rewrote their lives. You can do this. This is something that you can do. So I want to pause here. And I want you to know that everything that we talked about might be hard to take, might be difficult to hear, but I'm here to give you what you need. I'm here to tell you that everything that you felt like you couldn't do, everything that somebody told you that you couldn't, I want you to know that you can. So I'm going to pause here. Are you enjoying what you hear today? Because if you are enjoying it, because it's not about what I say. Let me make this very clear. When I come on this show is not about me. This show is about you. I want you to know that I'm here for you. This station is here for you. So if you ain't enjoying it, I want you to put in the comments right now what your takeaway so far from this particular show is, because the interaction is most important to me. If I could be transparent, sometimes when we are doing these podcasts, when we're doing these radio segments, we're worrying about us and what we want to say. It's about you, and it's about you growing. It's about you changing, and it's about you being the best version, as I say all the time, that you can be. So put it in the comments here. I have a brother here from back at home. He would say, stay encouraged. Thank you. Listen, it is not, again, and I thank you, but it's not about me. It's about you. I want to see you be better. So at least let's recap before we go into some of the, I have about 3 or 4 things that I want to give you, how to rewrite your story. So we talked about how some of you have chapters in your life that hasn't been written. There are certain things in your life that have not been written. There are chapters. There's questions that you have that somebody did not give you. You grew up hard. You grew up rough, or you had a great upbringing like I did, but I faced some challenges. When I moved to Buffalo, even though my parents helped me, I struggled in school. And it wasn't because of the women. It's because I just wasn't focused. And I struggled. There are times I didn't have food. But I had some good friends that were able to give me some food. You wouldn't even know that if I wouldn't have told you. I've lost two significant people in my life, and it's hard. But I have to rewrite my story. I've been in a car accident as a kid. If you didn't know, I broke my right knee and my left ankle. I didn't think I was going to walk. I thought I was going to be a cripple. I thought somebody would have to take care of me for the rest of my life. But guess what? I rewrote my story. I rewrote my life. And as long as you have breath in your body, you can do that. And nobody can take that away from you. Y'all hear what I'm saying? So if you have a comment, if you have a question, if you're confused with what I said, even, I want you to call into the show. I'm gonna give you the number right now, and it's coming on my lower third. It's 716-371-1903 extension 1. Again, that's 716-371-1903 extension 1. I want you to call into the show if you have a question about what I talked about or another topic that I talked about. If you don't even agree, that's okay, because we're here to help. I'm not better than you. You're not better than me. This is a community that we are building here at 716 Live, and Fire 716 Live, and this is where it starts, because we do it better together. Y'all hear what I'm saying? So, got a few more minutes, and we'll make sure that you go and download the 716 app. So I want to give you, before I go today, and thank you so much for your time, I want you to get your pen, pad, whatever you have. I want you to just take some simple notes or a mental note or put it in your phone. I want to show you how you can rewrite your story, and when you rewrite your story, when you rewrite your life, what it can help you with. Okay? Are you ready? The first one is self-acceptance. Accepting who you are and loving who you are. If you don't love who you are, how do you expect somebody else to love you? If you don't appreciate who you are, and I see my wife is on. Is she on? Yes, she is. Hi, honey. Yes. And that's somebody that I'm gonna bring on the show one day. We're gonna do a marriage thing. I'm gonna have Big Frank too, and maybe he could bring his wife as well. I think it's helpful for young couples to be able to talk together and do segments, and so we can help other young couples, young marriages strive and thrive. Okay, but let's go back to this. So self-acceptance, accepting who you are, loving who you are, appreciating who you are, valuing who you are, respecting and honoring who you are, and you're living in your purpose. Because when you accept yourself, that's when you start to build momentum and you start to rewrite your story, because what you see, what you give, right? When you accept yourself, nobody can take that away from you, because you become stronger. Not only do you become strong, you become better than you did before. So when you start accepting yourself, a lot of people are looking for self-acceptance from the wrong people. And you might say, what does that mean? You said self-acceptance. Yeah, they're looking for acceptance from somebody else, and they're not accepting who they are. So they'll go to a man that is verbally and even physically abusive, but he's showing time. He's spending time. I could go into this so much, but y'all hear what I'm saying? Self-acceptance, right? The second one is, so that's self-acceptance. That's number one. Number two is breaking old habits and limiting beliefs. Mm-hmm. I'm going to let that breathe. I want you to write that down. Put it in the comments if you can. Breaking old habits and limiting beliefs. Put it in the comments now, because I want somebody else to see this on the replay. A lot of you have said to yourself, this is what you have said. You might not have verbally said it all the time, outwardly, but you have said it to yourself. Here's an example. I'm not good enough. I'm stupid. I don't deserve true happiness. I could never do this. But here's the but. When you rewrite your story or you read your life, you're saying, I am good enough. I am smart. I deserve to be happy. I'm beautiful. I'm intelligent. See, when we start to minimize these limiting beliefs, we don't have to live in darkness anymore in our minds. We don't have to continue to live in darkness on how we feel about ourselves. It's all about being able to look at ourselves and love ourselves. I want you to share this with someone. We're almost there. We're almost done. Got a few more minutes. You got to remove these limiting beliefs and these old bad habits. Got to move them out of the way. You got to remove them out of the way. And the last one, you're writing a new chapter. I want you to write this down. You're writing a new chapter in your life. Remember, you got the pen. You're the author. You have the pen in your hand. You have new thoughts. You got new ideas. Guess what you also have? You got newfound freedom. You got new peace. You got new joy. And you're building a new you. So even though there are chapters in your life that you haven't got the answers to, and you have closed the book on your life, you have closed the book on happiness, you've closed the book on somebody loving you, first you got to love yourself. And I want you to write that chapter over and over. I want you to write that affirmation to yourself. That new you has power. That new you is going to write this new story. Your family is going to be put back together. That's what it's all about, everybody. It's not worrying about your personal struggles anymore or what somebody did to you. It's about continuing the story and not continuing the story how it went, but having a new chapter in your life because you're a new person. So now you can rewrite this story and how it should have went, even if it didn't go like it was supposed to. Now you got a new fresh start and a strong conclusion to your life. So let me end with this because I'm over my time. No matter what anybody tells you, everyone, and this is all on the radio show, all my platforms, and in the studio today, nobody can ever write your story like you. You got that pen? Start rewriting your story. Your life is not finished. It's just beginning. And I believe in you just that much. Let's go get it, y'all. Y'all have a blessed one. Love y'all.